Hey there everybody, my name is Chris. I'm here to do the tournament, NCAA Tournament 2013 bracket for you. We're just going to break it down team by team. Now I have to warn you, I'm not that good at this, and the reason being is because I overthink it. I watch a ton of basketball though, and that's my credibility. So, ready to get started? Let's go. So, first I got to start with my 12 rules of the NCAA Tournament. I came up with this a couple years ago when I was writing for my college newspaper. Ready? This is it. 1. Defense wins championships, but you also need some offense. Number 2. Bet on the big name coach, aka Tom Izzo rule. Number 3, don't sleep on the mid-majors. Number 4, superstars win games. 5, get hot at the right time. 6, never put your money on the West Coast. Number 7, size matters. You need a big man. Number 8, there's no home court advantage in the tournament. In that teams who are dominant at home don't necessarily play well in the tournament. Number 9, bet against the non-traditional power. Bet against them. Number 10, preseason rankings are generally accurate predictors. Number 11, great teams don't get blown out or fail to break 40 points in a game. Watch for that. And number 12, Duke is always overrated. So let's get started. We're going to do 2 matchups at a time, and we won't be name dropping because you really don't care who these guys are now, do you? So, first game, Louisville over the play-in. Doesn't matter who. Louisville's the most complete team in the tournament. They're hot. They play defense, they play offense, they have a great coach, they don't rely on a home court, they have superstars. This is a team to beat. So I got Colorado State over Missouri, and Missouri stinks away from home. That's really what it comes down to. Colorado's okay, but they're not that good. Next block, I got Oklahoma State over Oregon. A lot of people talk about Oregon is underseeded. That's fine. Oklahoma State's still better. Oklahoma State has some really good players on their team. St. Louis is probably my sleeper team of the tournament. This is a very good team who's not spectacular at anything, but they're really good at everything. So they're the team to watch out for. They're very well balanced. I got St. Mary's over Middle Tennessee State in the tournament. The only reason I have to say that, St. Mary's only loses to Gonzaga, so watch out for that. Except Memphis, I think, is going to beat them. Memphis is good, but they don't have a good coach. So watch out for that. Michigan State, watch out for them. Michigan State, Tom Izzo. That's all you need to know. Creighton, like them. Why? They got really good scorers, they got a good coach, and they got a superstar. Cincinnati, not bad, defensively minded, but not good enough to keep up with Creighton. Duke, great team, except, get this, Duke has been a 2 seed 5 times since 1997. They have only made 1 Sweet 16. That continues. Ultimately, I got Louisville going to the Final Four over Michigan State in this bracket. Moving to the West, I've got Gonzaga over Southern. 16s don't win. I got Pitt over Wichita State. I like Wichita a lot, but they're basically playing a better version of themselves. I got Wisconsin over Ole Miss, though Ole Miss has probably the most entertaining player in the country in Marshall Henderson. I know I said I wasn't going to name drop, but he's the guy to watch out for. And Wisconsin, for the record, only beats teams it's supposed to, so keep track of that while you're tallying up your bracket. The playing game, I got LaSalle over Boise. Boise's the last team in from the Mountain West, who I think is the most overrated conference in the country right now. So most of their teams are going to have a pretty bad tarnish on them as far as I'm concerned. I got Kansas State over LaSalle. Kansas State is not that good, but they're too big and too strong for LaSalle. I got Belmont upsetting Arizona. Why? Arizona is too turnover prone, and Belmont likes to play fast. It'll feed right into their hands. Also, consider this. The Ohio Valley Conference, where Belmont is from, has won a game, at least one game in each of the last 3 tournaments. I got New Mexico, but I don't love them, over Harvard. I also got them beating Belmont, but man, it pains me to say that. I got Notre Dame over Iowa State, but consider this. Notre Dame's not that good. They play too slow, and a bad shooting night can kill them. They also rely heavily on the home court, which was another one of our rules. They've gone to 8 tournaments under Mike Brey, and they only have 6 wins. That's a recipe for disaster. I like Ohio State over Iona and then over Notre Dame. So, to go to the Final Four, I got Gonzaga over Ohio State. Next, moving to the South, I got Kansas over Western Kentucky. Again, 16s don't win. UNC over Villanova. All of Villanova's good wins coming home. So, unless they're at home, which they're not, UNC's taking that one. I got VCU over Akron. VCU is a fantastic team. This is my other big-time sleeper. Now, I know they're both from the A-10. They got a great coach. They turn people over. They play great defense, probably the best in the country. Oh, and Akron's point guard just got suspended for drug trafficking. Seriously. Michigan over South Dakota State. Not a huge shocker, but Michigan plays pretty well, but I'm not sure they're playing well enough to beat VCU. I got UCLA falling to Minnesota. UCLA lost its second best player to a broken foot last week. Pac-12 is also overrated. Florida over Northwestern State, and then ultimately over Minnesota. Oklahoma over San Diego State. I just think San Diego State is a little bit too overrated. Mountain West. There it is. I got Georgetown over Florida Gulf Coast. Don't listen to any of the storylines about them beating Miami. This is Georgetown. So, ultimately, I got Kansas and VCU being a fantastic game, and Georgetown, Florida being an awesome game as well. I think those are two of the best games of the entire tournament. Ultimately, Georgetown over Kansas to go to the Final Four. To the East, Indiana over LIU Brooklyn. Who cares? NC State over Temple NC State Temple is a really good game. I like Temple because I just plain don't like inconsistency with North Carolina State. UNLV and Cal are both overrated. Give me UNLV. Syracuse over Montana. Well, I wonder why. Butler over Bucknell. Give me Brad Stevens. Marquette over Davidson because I think people are going to be shocked at how good Marquette really is. Can I just not pick Illinois, Colorado? I don't care. John Gross, the coach of Illinois, was the coach at Ohio last year, who won 2 games. Fine, give me them. Miami, they're pretty good. My heart says Syracuse over Indiana, but I really can't pick it. Indiana. Ugh, pains me to say it. Here's a big upset. I like Marquette over Miami. Why? Miami lost to Georgia Tech and Wake Forest. Those are terrible losses. Marquette is much more consistent. I think a good performance should take out Miami. So the Final Four, lightning round. It's about talent at this point more than anything else. I like Louisville over Gonzaga. They got too much of everything. Then I like Georgetown over Indiana. They slow it down, they run their sets, and the Hoosiers just can't run the break, which is where their bread and butter is. They're going to neutralize the Gazeller, that's Cody Zeller, and I think Georgetown will take them out. Louisville then over Georgetown in the final game. Patino over John Thompson III. Otto Porter might be the best player out there, but Louisville has the next 4 best players. Talent wins titles. Consider this also. Patino has 5 number 1 seeds in his time, and he's made the Final Four 3 of those 5 times, and he's only been knocked out by someone other than a 1 or a 2 once. That's pretty impressive. So there you have it. There's the picks for this year, and good luck with everything, and hopefully I do well as well. Thank you.